Litigation finance has become more mainstream as time has progressed. This year, the industry is expected to see even more growth. The driving force behind such growth is Wall Street. The main reason that litigation finance is impervious to the ever-changing interest rates of Wall Street is because it has no correlation to stocks. With this in mind, a few predictions have been made. The first prediction is that defense funding will become more popular. The second prediction is that a high court will determine there needs to be no initial disclosure of funding. Lastly, the third prediction is that there will be more self-regulation. To begin with, defense funding is predicted to emerge as an important piece of the litigation financing market. Right now, only a small handful of financiers offer financing to defendants. While this may seem far-fetched in theory, because how can a financier make money off of no awarded damages, but the money to be made by both corporations, law firms, and litigation financiers may be too great to ignore. If a viable way to finance a defense, just imagine what these entities could do with more money. Secondly, in 2014, the U.S. Chamber Institute for Legal Reform proposed an amendment to Rule 26 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Rule 26 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure governs discovery. If this proposed amendment had passed, it would have made disclosure of third-party funding mandatory. Fortunately, the advisory committee decided that amending Rule 26 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure would be premature and that further questions needed to be answered. This year, it is predicted that a high court will finally provide a definitive answer to these further questions. Further, it is predicted that the answers to these needed questions will suggest that no initial disclosure of litigation financing is required. Lastly, as the industry grows, an elite group of individuals is likely to form an association to ensure ethical and sustainable funding practices throughout the world. Most likely, the group is likely to look like the UK's Association of Litigation Funders. This association that is likely to be created will offer greater protections to the clients of litigation financiers and offer more protection to the litigation financiers themselves.